Welcome to the Lone Machinist podcast, where we have no intro music because Spotify gave us a copyright strike last week and Jacob is dilly-dallying. What you got going on this week, Curt?
My week is boring, but I will tease it as best I could. I have a new packing workflow, maybe, mulligan for a bunch of pen orders, and the shipping runaround that I'm just constantly always doing. How about you? What are you going to talk about?
VFD, Kurt's concrete lathe, and combat robots, along with a bunch of other stuff this week. But yeah, let's get into it. How are you doing this week, Kurt?
I'm doing fantastic, man. Doing fantastic. Weather's warmed up. The snow has gone away again, and for November, that's crazy rare. So I'm a happy little camper. But
Nice.
yeah, how about your land? You look warm.
Yeah, we went for a walk this afternoon. I was wearing new shoes and ended up ruining my feet and like setting Danica to go fetch the car and come fetch me. But I also realized, no, I realized I hadn't drank any water all day. So I was like, I'm like, okay,
yeah.
Danica, you need to go fetch the car. I'm not feeling like I'm going to fall over. So then I waited
Yeah.
for the dogs and humans to fetch the car. And then I'd sit on the back of the truck because we only have a truck at the moment with the doggos. So I stole a jacket.
Okay, yeah, that makes
Because,
sense
yeah,
then.
the drive home was a bit chilly, and then it started raining now because the weatherman's a dick. It actually rained so hard that the shack in the front yard with Cole's lathe in it, the
Yeah, yeah.
top bowed and like ripped where the eyelets were. I went with a pair of
Oh,
scissors
really?
and shivved it so that the water would drain out. Like we had another top over the machine under that, but yeah, we had, I think it was 45 millimeters of rain in like an hour and a half. So like
Oh, that's enough. Yeah.
a shitload of rain the other day
Mhm.
while we were out in the north. We had gone to see gone to see customers and stuff, and then started raining, which made traffic even worse. But yeah, got back and then shivved the tarpaulin to get that sorted out.
Nice,
But yeah,
nice,
yeah,
nice.
just been chugging along. I don't know if you
How's that
saw.
lathe?
Yeah, how's that?
How's that lathe coming along?
Did you see my fancy tower light?
No, I've been
I,
like totally off Instagram all weekend.
I
So,
made a little crown because it's Spinderella.
oh,
So the tower light's a little crown. I
aw,
printed it today out of clear ABS. And
oh,
then
cool.
the user interface is now done. Uh, VFD will arrive tomorrow.
Oh, hold up. You say clear ABS?
Yes.
They have clear ABS filament?
Yes. There's a
I
world of
did
it.
not know this. I did
Yeah.
not know this.
All
Okay, that's cool.
well, this is like leading into like 6 different topics for today. So we'll come back to the clear ABS in a bit. But yeah, the VFD will hopefully arrive tomorrow. Um,
Hmm.
then so I'm buttoning everything else up. Got the door chiller connected to 110 volts today, and I'm
Hmm.
like, this fan isn't spinning. What's going on? Have a close look. The whole fan part of the fan had yeeted off. So I opened it, pulled the fan off, found another one from somewhere else in the cabinet, put that in there. The chillers, things working. Then I'm like, okay, last thing to do now is just hook up the analog, the PWM to analog converter board. Hook it up, give it signal. It says calibrate at 50% duty cycle. So set the spindle to half speed, go to calibrate, and won't calibrate properly. So I'm like, hang on. This one I found in the bottom of the MCO's box. I think it may be dead. So I ordered another two. They'll be here tomorrow. And then VFD arrives tomorrow. And that is it. I can start doing test cuts. Should be
Exciting.
somewhat interesting. I do think I need to tune the servos a little more. There's a bit of bounce at high speed, so I'm going to mess around with that a bit and see if I can get the tuning a bit better. But yeah, kind of
Mm.
need to start running parts now. So we're getting there. We're buttoning things up, like system by system. Hydraulics are in, M codes are written, like it's hydraulics. The chuck opens and closes with the M code and with a button. The
Cool.
parts catchers, parts capturing. Yeah, it's just like it's all the little tasks now, and obviously the giant freaking VFD.
Right.
So buttoning it up slowly but surely, and Tower Light was one of the things that got dealt with today. It was like a 4 hour print. It wasn't exactly small,
Mm.
but yeah, it looks freaking cool. And yeah,
That's a good idea. Yeah.
I figured I
Uh,
may as well make a custom one. When I did the MCO, I print the UI had like a piece of angline at the top, and I put LEDs in there. Then I printed in clear PLA. I printed two pieces that slotted on, so that whole top bar glows, which looks really cool.
yeah, that's what made me want to do one. I was like, oh, that's so pretty. Yeah.
Yeah. So now Spinderella had a tower light, had a freaking spinny light. So I took that off months ago, and I had the plate on my desk, and I modeled that, and then I was like, I didn't know what I wanted, and then today I was like, okay, screw it. Found a crown online, modified it in Fusion. Fusion hated its life because I pulled
Mhm.
in a STL, but yeah, I got that modified and printed, and yeah, up here I must have smelled like ABS for a while, but not my problem. I wasn't sitting
I'm gonna have to absolutely print a crown for mine. My
here.
little people always love the light because they love it changing colors. But if there's
Yes.
like a princess crown on top,
Oh,
it'd blow their
that,
fucking little minds. They'd be like, "What?" I'm gonna do
yeah.
that.
You mostly print ABS, eh?
I mean, I have like 100 rolls of ABS because I had some old 3 mil. Like I have one printer that
Oh,
runs 3 mil still, and one company was like, "No one buys this," so they sold it to me for nothing. So I have like
okay.
20 rolls
Oh,
of white
jeez.
ABS. So I print a lot of things in ABS just because I can.
Yeah, I mean, there's the collection of buckets behind me, which you probably
Mm-hmm.
won't be able to see because the video gets cropped. But anyway, I've got four
Oh,
buckets. I've got an ABS bucket, a PETG bucket, a PLA bucket, and a TPU bucket. Each one has like 3 rolls of filaments in it because I like to have lots of filaments apparently. But yeah, having it in a bucket with desiccant makes the world of difference. I was
yeah.
discussing that over the weekend actually with some of the robot guys because we got a new guy came and bought some hardware and was asking questions about printing TPU. I'm like, dude, take a brand new roll, open it, throw it in a bucket of desiccant for 2 days, and then print, and it
Mm,
makes the world of difference. So,
yeah.
but yeah,
I've been meaning.
you've
I
been
said I've
meaning
been
to,
meaning to make a dryer for it.
yeah,
I've never dried my filament, but it's also pretty dry here all winter. So
yeah.
eh.
I never used to bother, and then PETG, it's pretty much required where we are. And
Mm.
I noticed it on silver PLA. I would get
Oh, okay.
bubbling if I didn't dry it. So that was the first time I noticed it. I'm like, what the hell's going on? Threw it in the desk and bucket for 2 days, sorted. Same thing with
Mm.
TPU. It makes a big difference with just print quality. The PETG literally just won't stick to the bed if it's wet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it will not stick. And then you grab a roll out of the bucket, put it in, sticks perfectly.
Mm.
Like even on a clean
Yeah.
bed, it really, yeah. Printing's finicky but super useful.
Yeah, yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
But yeah,
Cool.
this weekend I managed to break some robots.
Ooh, okay.
Yes,
Do you guys
using
have a
my
tournament
robot's
or?
face, Brick Shithouse did the thing. So we had a tournament and we were a bit light on competitors. 2 or 3 of the guys couldn't make it. So I said to Danica, it's fine, I'll run 2 destructives. Thwank is currently out of commission because I don't feel like putting another motor on her. So I had my beater bot, which is just like a beater bar, and I had Brick Shithouse. And Brick Shithouse has been in like 5 or 6 tournaments, but it's always been my second pick. So if I could advance the other robot, I advance the other robot in favor of like over Brick Shithouse.
Mm.
And this tournament, I decided Brick Shithouse was the number 1 robot. So
Mm.
I literally just drove it to people till their weapons broke. It was great. And then when their weapon breaks, it's a pushing match, and I'm a 4-wheel drive brick. Like, yeah. So I
Right.
ended up winning the tournament with Brick Shithouse, and ended up coming fourth with Beater. But in that fourth place fight, or in the third place fight, I ended up losing the motor and I think a gearbox. It was There was more damage done this tournament than has been in any tournaments before. Like before the finals, everyone was rebuilding their destructive bots. Well, except for
You know
Brick
what
Shithouse. Brick Shithouse was fine.
you have to like bend the rules so you can build like a like NPC or NPR robots, like little AI robots, so that when there's not enough competitors, you could drop just like a dumb little robot in that just does, like a pat like just like
Just
another little
avoids the
person to
pits,
play.
yeah.
Yeah, just one that
Yeah.
avoids the pits and tries to hit people and like that'd be
So
cool.
so we ended up all having to rebuild robots. It was a lot of fun. It was the most destruction we've seen so far. Brick Shithouse just didn't care. It's a freaking aluminium billet block. And then I had
Right.
my new bot Fondler, or Fondler 2, my new non-destructive, and that's printed in ABS because it's a bit lighter and because it prints better with the overhangs I have. Like it's amazing. You go from printing PL. I printed the first one in PLA, and then the overhang looked like shit, so I switched to ABS, and the overhangs are just perfect because it's ABS. It prints like jelly, not like liquid. Um, but yeah, that went well. I think I came second in in the non-destructive.
That's cool.
So
That's
cleaned
cool.
up over the weekend. It was great fun. But yeah, I think our next tournament's only in the new year because now we're gonna I think we're gonna push our league year to July because we seem to have the most interest around the middle of the year. So we're gonna push the
Mm,
league. We'll push this year to July, and then next year will be July to July in an
I
attempt
see.
to have it when there's the most people engaged.
Right. Yeah. So you can have your whatever
Yeah,
end
like
of
a
the year
year.
tournaments or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, it was lots of fun and broke lots of things. I like breaking things; it's fun. But yeah, I now have plans afoot for some new robots. I think Brick Shithouse going to be retired or just put into like back rotation. If we need a bot, we can throw it in, or for rumbles, I can throw it in. It's one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm content. Like I drove into the guy's weapon till it broke. I'm fucking stoked. Yeah, it was a very good weekend. But yeah,
Man,
so yeah.
hearing you talk about that just gives me that like every podcast we do, I just get more and more of an itch to like build robots.
So
I used to build robots like all the time. I loved it, and it's like I haven't done it in so long. It's just like I gotta get back into that
the
world.
nice thing is you've got all your drone racing stuff, so you have most of the
I
things.
got shit tons of parts. Yeah, tons of parts. So I was just like, there's
That's I
nothing
mean
stopping me.
that's how I got back. Well, that's how I got back into RCs with combat robots. But I know AJ
Mhm.
is like if there was a league nearby, you would compete. Apparently, Mr. Gray is looking for some information on that. He might start a machinist league,
Oh, that
which
would
would
be a
be quite
brutal
cool.
league.
Yeah,
That would
it
be a
would be a rough
brutal
league.
league.
Even now, I've got plans afoot for a Froggo V2, which is going to be a belt drive dual disc spinner made out of titanium. The oaks are going to shit themselves because there was like TPU don't stand a chance against the sharp blade. So yeah, I've
Yeah.
got stupid plans afoot there, but it's also a case of just finding time to do it. I mean, I designed a robot on Thursday night in about 45 minutes. I reworked Fondler into Fondler 2, put it on the printer, went to bed, woke up in the morning, tested some stuff, reprinted it that evening, and assembled it and competed the next day.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I can't justify taking a shitload of time to do it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I get that. Oh,
So,
fuck.
tell me about your better packing workflow.
So I had to order a bunch of packing supplies because I just had enough to do my last order. And I usually order from Uline, but Uline's kind of as a company, I love how they run. The owner of the company, I'm pretty sure it's a girl. She's a huge piece of shit. Like she has some horrible takes on the world. So I try not to support them. So I ordered boxes from another. So, anyways, I ordered boxes slightly different size so that like the like water activated tape would like be perfect size, and they're like their pizza box, so they slot in the front. It sounds so dumb, but like this way I can prep a bunch of boxes with tape already on them. So like when I get an order, parts go in and just like I just flip the two pieces of tape around it and it's done. And
Okay,
like
yeah.
because I like calculate how much time I just spend like putting tape on boxes, and it's like I spend like an hour taping up, an order of boxes just because it's like every single box you have to do something. So, anyways, I'm excited about that, which is the most dumb thing to be excited about. But like,
Not really.
so I bought a whole new line of packing stuff, so I'm kind of jazzed to see how that's going to
Yeah.
work out. So hopefully that'll kill the kind of and just like dumb things like putting my stamps on boxes and just trying to like streamline everything because like doing 10, 20, not a big deal. If I want
Not
to
a
do a
problem, yeah.
thousand of them, it's just like I will cry. So it's just like
Well, yeah,
yeah,
that's my thing right now. Packing anchor points is not too much of a schlep, but if I need to do it in large quantities, it's going to be annoying as hell, especially with
totally.
the paperwork side. Like I can bring in stuff into tunnel, but yeah, it doesn't work super well. Ooh, exciting! It made it through Memphis.
Oh, your package?
The package made it past the Elvis impersonators and is in Oxnard right now and should be delivered in the next probably 2 hours or so.
Yeah, I'm kind of sweating because this last drop, like I did it with like CUSMA, so I don't have to charge tariffs or anything. But the
Yeah,
package is still showing. It'll show pending probably until it hits like the next clearing stage. But it
yes.
kind of freaks me out because it's a bulk package. So it from like I third party it, so like all the orders get packed into a huge box, and I ship that
Yes.
out, and then the third party breaks that package open and then distributes it to all the other
Sure.
people. And it's insured right now, which is good because it's a very expensive box. But I'm still scared
Well,
because it's like a lot of cash.
speaking of insurance, I'm still waiting on the insurance. Like I messaged them today. I messaged
Mm.
Channel today. I'm like, hey, what's happening with my claim? They're like, we are waiting. It's still in process. we are looking for another insurer now because I
Oh,
think they're getting
really?
yeah. No, like
Oh,
it's going on. It's going on 3 months now.
yeah, 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 for
Like,
sure.
not fucking cool. Like, I've shipped out the replacement part or the replacement anchor point. Like, cool, but yeah, I want that fucking money back. So
Hmm.
yeah, they are. They said to me today they're looking um, for a new insurer because there's been massive delays from these guys. So
Yeah,
a little bit frustrating, but not the end of the world. It will be delivered today, and I will be happy that it's delivered.
that's awesome.
And
That's
then I
good.
assume,
That's
well,
good.
it'll be delivered yesterday if you're listening to the podcast on the day of release. Forget we work in a time machine. Actually, Danica's
Exactly.
like when we're done recording tonight, Danica's coming upstairs to hit post process and get the podcast ahead because she's got meetings all day tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
Yes,
Wow.
because my bar loader is now going to be gainfully employed. So with the Java courses she's teaching next year, she's interviewing the candidates to make sure that they're actually going to be successful at the course, making sure they have
Mm.
the correct aptitudes and stuff. And yeah, she rejected one today because they scored a bit low on the logic stuff. And then she asked him a question about what do you do if you almost finish with the project and the customer says to you, oh, but it doesn't do this. And the guy's answer was, oh no, we see how quickly we can develop it. I'm like, no, you got to look at the scope of work. If it's not in the scope of work, it's still like to get fucked. Like, and then
Yeah.
she was like, okay, fine. Asked him another question about you've just devved a website. It works perfectly in your local install. You push it to the server and it doesn't. It just crashes. What do you do? And he's like, Danica turns to me. I'm like, I'm not a fucking developer. How am I supposed to? She's like, what do you do on the machine if it does something dumb? You fucking single block it. You figure out where the problem is. Like you look at the log files. Like you locate the issue, where it's crashing, and then try and solve it. Otherwise, you're going to chase yourself in circles. So yeah, very interesting. But yeah, she's working that tonight because she's got meetings all day tomorrow.
Oh, well.
Should be fun
Well,
having
thank
a
you,
gainfully
Danica.
employed wife. Yeah, it's very fancy.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sugar mama.
100%. I was saying to her, like, yeah, fucking take some stress off. It'll be great. I can,
Yeah, yeah, it
yeah,
helps. Yeah.
it helps a lot. So yeah, anyway, did you happen to go on Instagram on Friday and see my story?
Uh, I believe. Tell me what story. What story was it?
The
I'll
one with
tell
the
you if I can.
mountain of sawdust on the floor and in the air.
Oh no, because I would have called you out on that. No, what are
Oh,
you?
no,
What are
not
you
in my
doing?
workshop. Fuck no.
Oh, okay, good.
Well, yeah, no, no. I had to replace.
Thought I lost you.
No, I had to replace a linear guide on a router.
Ooh,
My favorite brand of router, SCM or SM, SCM,
are
SCM,
those
SCM. Not
are
the
those
pneumatic
those?
scope.
But you help them out pretty frequently, like
So I've
a
got
few
two
times a
customers.
year.
Yeah, I've got two customers that have that flavor of machine. So there's the guys with the 5-axis ones that I've replaced guards on, put oilers on. I do their maintenance for them when they break them. Since I put oilers, they don't break because I'm that skilled. You'd swear they were sales; they just never break. Um, so those guys, I still make pins for them and odds and ends. I kind of do less and less maintenance with them, which is nice. These guys, I retrofitted their machine just before IMTS last year. And then they had a bearing go out in March, and I put an oiler, and then they had two bearings go out in their x-axis now. And it's a cantilever story. This one's actually not too horrible to work on. It's not a case of chop a piece of Allen key this long, put the piece of Allen key into the head of the bolt of the hex screw or cap screw, then put the socket on. You can't put them together and then put them in. You have to do them in this order. Then lift extension through the weldment, click it, and then put another extension through a hole. This one wasn't that bad. But yeah, they lost. They had two bearings. The ends exploded. So I went and just made a plan with the oiling system, and then ordered them proper oil manifolds this week. So
Mm.
they'll be in like 3 weeks. Then I'll go and install those for them. But yeah, help them out. And then also ran into my old boss's son at his other son's place where I bought the linear guides from because his other son's the THK rep, well, agent. So like I've got a good relationship with both of the sons. Ran into Mark. I haven't seen Mark in 7 years. So caught up with him for a bit and saw his wife and whatnot. And then chatted to the other brother, Dave. Had a chat to him for like 30 minutes because they trying to get an agency for a for one of the robot brands here. They basically, because THK do the linear tracks for the robots, and he's like, listen here, I will trade you a linear track for a robot. You can put a robot as a demo in our place. You can do what the fuck you want with the other track. Um, so yeah, they're waiting to hear back from Kuka and Yaskawa, someone else as well, ABB.
Cool.
So yeah, kind of cool. Like I'm changing. Like I look at the way Dave runs that business, and it's like he's got a vision of where he wants to be, and he's moving towards that. Which is
Kind of
very
wise.
interesting.
Yeah,
Interesting to
wise
chat
way
to
to
someone
go.
who's got a direction he wants to go in. He wants to grow to a certain point, and everything he does is in service of getting to that point. It's also one of the like most lean slash clean slash everything has a frickin' SOP shops I've ever been in. Like I went to the
Cool.
bathroom and it's got things on the back of the door about follow the procedure and da da da. I'm like, fucking cool.
Yeah.
Because normally here it's just frickin' YOLO.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot of YOLO here. I mean, even
Yeah.
some of the wood places where the 5-axis machines are, they do the spindles between the legs on oak chairs. They're all color coded. So when the guys make them, they get a colored sticker put on. They get racked. When the guy needs it, he just grabs that color one and doesn't have to think about size. Everything is. They try to make it as simple as possible for the guys to
Yeah.
assemble. I get really cool seeing that kind of stuff actually implemented here.
Yeah, that was my the last like little bit of I had at my day job. I got like a lot of time was put into like same thing like quote lean like
Yeah.
project flow through the shop and just like trying to find ways to make things like I had the code for all the products we made just in QRs because the Masso control that was on one of the CNCs that I retrofitted there, you can just scan the QR code and the G code is populated. And like so I had a binder with the guys laminated and just like open it up, scan the first one, and it tells you like put this material on, scan it, go. Next one, scan it, go. Because like then you can have less skilled people. I love that.
100%.
That was a lot of
You
fun.
can have it
Yeah,
run
that was
by
a
an
ton.
idiot and it'll still be fun.
Oh, and then you find out where like you're like, I never would have thought you would have done it that way. It's just like that's
You try
okay.
and
I
make it
found
idiot
another.
proof and they
Yeah,
make you better. They make better idiots.
exactly. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
like, I didn't think a brain would work that way, but okay, let's figure out how to not do that
Well,
again.
that's like I've got a lot of people who I'll push them to use Fusion. They're like, oh, can you give me training? I'm like, no. Sorry, not happening. I'm not giving you training because there's a million things I'll take for granted that I'm
Yeah,
not going to teach
yeah,
you. Like, there's just things that I've literally been a freaking draftsman for 20 years. It's not good. I literally have been playing on CAD for 20 years at this point. There's things I take for granted that I'm not going to teach you. And that is going to make your life difficult. There's the I Like to Make Stuff course. Go pay $110 and go do that course. It teaches you everything and the correct way to do it. Not the Jamie way to do it, the correct
yeah.
way. Because just because I can do it
Absolutely.
and it works doesn't mean it's the right way to do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm
Yeah.
also trying to steer away from doing dumb shit. It's kind of difficult. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
what's happening with your refills?
So so I kind of had a little bit of a panic because I contacted I use a third party company in Canada. Once again, I can't order my refills directly from Germany. I've talked to them. They're like, we don't do that. We have a distributor in Canada. You must use. I'm like, okay, whatever, fine.
Fun.
And I've talked to a few of the other big Canadian
Yeah.
makers of pens and knives, and they do the same thing I'm doing. So I'm like, hey, did you try to like approach them and be like, I'll be the Canadian the Canadian distributor? They're like, yeah, we play that same game. I was like, fuck, okay, that's that game I played too. So anyways, I contacted the Canadian company, just ghost. No, like I Googled their website, nothing shows up. Like I Googled where they used to be, nothing shows up. I'm like, did they go out of business? So I emailed the German company. I'm like, hey, like I'm trying to order, but the Canadian distributor's done. So I ordered from a third party because I was freaking out that I'm not going to be able to get my refills because there's a huge lead time on them. And then meanwhile, I think the German company contacting the Canadian company was like, hey, what's the deal? Because they immediately got back to me. They're like, sorry for the huge delay. What do you need? I was like, son of a bitch. I thought I had you now. I thought I was going to be the distributor. So anyways, it all worked out, but I ended up buying like way more refills than I wanted because I panic bought a bunch because I thought I was going to get screwed. And then I can't sell anything if I don't have refills. I mean, I technically could, but it kind of seems
but
lame to sell someone a pen without a refill.
here's a pen that
So
doesn't pen.
yeah, exactly. Like find your own. It's like, oh, you're spending this kind of cash. Like, so anyways, I got it all sorted, but it's just like so much. I don't know. That's like the lean has its place for sure. Like, like, oh, I have one thing left. I'm going to order 4 more. That's great for certain things. And for certain things, I like to take, what is it? Like the Glock approach of like, we have
Oh
2
yeah,
years
2
of,
years.
yeah. sometimes I'm just like, you know what, for a cheap product like a refill, which is like, doesn't cost very much, I'm like, I'm just going to order like a year supply because I'm like, then I don't have to think about it. And the lead time is massive. So it's like, yeah, I don't know.
No,
Just,
that's what I started doing with torque screws because I need M2x5 torque screws for a job that hasn't come through yet, but there's 3 weeks lead time on them. So just order 1,000. It's like
yeah.
$20. Just freaking order 1,000. Put them in the cupboard. You'll use them for something else. Like
Yeah.
rather have them and not need them than need them and not have them. It's just like the
Yeah.
generator. I ran my generator
Yeah.
today just to keep the battery charged. I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it.
Yeah. And like you said, if
It's,
it's not hugely cash, detrimental,
yeah,
I, I'm good with just stocking up.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
100%. That's on my tool drawer is that exactly. Like multiple copies of fucking everything. That when I
Yeah.
need a spare, it's there, and then I can order it, and I know I've got time to order a spare and not be dead in the water. I mean, even
Yeah. What?
even the anchor point stuff. I've got 50-ish pull studs in stock. I've got like 50 slide valves in stock. All the stuff that's got long lead time, you just order it. It's not particularly expensive. You just need to have it on hand for when you need it.
Yeah. No, exactly. And yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's probably why we do so much of our like own, like you build so much of your stuff in house. I build so much of my stuff in house is just because then it's like, okay, material. All I got to do is source material. Everything else I can make from material. He's like, yeah, it costs time, but like now I'm not like, oh, sorry, we don't have those. We won't have them for 6 months. And it's like, oh, that just totally screws me. So it's like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking of making a phone call tomorrow and arranging an urgent meeting at the Diesel guys with the
Mm.
CEO because I don't know if I mentioned to you that I got an email from, I think it was last week, it would have been after the podcast. Yeah. Anyway, got an email from them requesting a quote for 250 tubes. I'm like, woohoo. So I emailed back, said, listen, here, lead time of 1 month. I warned you that I wouldn't have a machine. It's down for maintenance,
Hmm.
as I retrofit it. I warned you about this a month ago. You didn't order stock. That's not my fucking problem. So I emailed them, obviously
Right.
put a bit more politely than that. But then the second half of the email, we have a surplus of this part. Would you consider buying it back? Because we've changed the design since, because apparently it wasn't a problem, now it's a fucking problem. So I was like, Danica, please will you come and respond to this email for me? Because if I do, it's going to be get fucked cunt. 3 words. So she responded, she's like, as per our terms of service attached in every single email you've ever received, as per this section, like just citing all the fucking sections. In other words, it's correct to the drawings, get fucked.
Right.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
sorry, you
Yeah.
want me to buy it back or you want drugs? I'm not going to take that it's like $600 or $700 worth of parts. I'm like, sorry, no. Order new ones. So I had a look at who was in the email chain and I noticed the CEO of the company wasn't. So I added him. Just at the end of the CCs.
Nice. Yeah.
My
Yeah.
tolerance for their
Yeah.
shit is now gone. Like, I'm going to give him a call tomorrow and be like, hey, we need to have a chat about what's going on with your guys' supply chain because orders for this year close in 4 days. Like, we sent out an email in the beginning of the month saying, everybody, effective if you want shit by the end of January, it needs to be ordered by the 15th of this month. Our suppliers close in December. Like, they only close on the 10th of December, but you can bet that those last 10 days they're going to either be super busy cutting
Mhm.
everyone's urgent orders, or they are going to be not wanting to work and wanting to go on holiday. So we're trying to get out ahead of it. And they ordered 250 tubes. They're going to try and place an order in December, and I'm going to be like, sorry, I'm not
Yeah.
interested. Your lack of planning is not my emergency. Like,
No. Hmm.
I warned you. I've given you months of warning. So I've kind of at my wit's end with them, and I think I'm just going to go and speak to the CEO and just be like, hey, dude, this is the situation. Also, you haven't had a price increase and our hourly rate has gone up. So sorry for you, the price is about to go up significantly
Yeah.
because it's been 3 years and we've been making the parts quicker and quicker, but I don't really care. I like money.
I think me and you need to both read the Pumpkin Plan book because
I think we
I think
do.
I think that's a shitty pumpkin. I think that's a pumpkin that might need to go away,
Yeah, like the problem is
or at least,
there's
or at least
promises there, but
yeah.
yeah, be smushed. There's like promises, and yeah, the thing is the issue they've got there is they've got middle management trying to bring new products to market and promising, and then hitting snags and delaying, and they don't see the downstream effects of those delays.
Right.
Like
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
the one eating shit with the delays. So now anything going forward, like the prototype costs are going to be through the roof, like 20x what production's going to cost to cover my fucking bases. Because sorry, yours have fucked me around long enough. But yeah, I
Yeah.
think they might need to just get awayed. But currently they still pay the bills, so I tolerate their shit.
I get it. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
tough. Yeah, when you're getting money from them, but you want it. Yeah, I get it.
yeah.
There's
Well,
always more to it. Yeah.
I actually want to print out what we've. I must print out a report for this financial year, and well, since like just the actual year, and see what the actual versus what was promised, and what we did last year is. Because what we did last year was like 4 or 5 times what we've done this year, if not actually a bit more.
hmm
So it's like,
hmm
guys, what the fuck's going on here? This was one of your core products. What the fuck? So yeah. Anyway, enough of those counts. But I think I'm just going to give them a call and light some fires because I can.
Yeah. Well, like you said, sometimes communication is all that it needs, especially when you're talking to the CEO. He
Well, that's the thing.
might just be
Like Danica was saying, he probably doesn't know what's going on here, and
totally. Yeah.
I know he doesn't want to lose me as a supplier because he knows he can bring his R&D shit to me and I sort it out for them.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
year, I've done more in R&D with them than I've done in production. Like where they want to bring a new product to market, they want stuff printed or want a design done. Like he comes to me because he knows the problem will just go away.
Yeah. Yeah. No, there's value in that too, for sure.
Yeah. Speaking of things that don't go away, our Patreons.
Ooh.
We have a Patreon, yes. And the Patreons are supporting the podcast so that we don't sleep on the streets for IMTS of 2026. Yeah, the money from that is basically going straight to there to find us an Airbnb and also kidnap Curt. Special thanks to our top tier Patreons, Jade from Benchmark 20, Luke from Fantastic, AJ from Subtract Manufacturing and 21 other companies, EJ from Nocturnal Welding, Jason S, and the Aussie Machinist. Thank you, guys, and thank you to all the other Patreons as well who got to name Spinderella. It's one of the perks of being on the Patreon is you get to vote on things, including naming my lathe, something kind of interesting. I don't hate it anymore. I did hate it in the beginning, but I've gotten used to calling her Spinderella.
Well, I will. I think Spinderella is also a DJ from like way back in the day. So yeah, you got that going for you too now.
Well, Carl's lathe's name is the Spin Doctor.
Mm,
Yeah.
that's cool.
So it's
Yeah, that works.
Spinderella and the Spin Doctor. Yeah. So, speaking of lathes, I put another VFD on Bertha.
Jamie's VFD Emporium now.
So, okay. Remember I mentioned Bertha was possessed?
Right. Yeah, you
Yes.
did. You
I
did.
did an exorcism and I took that piece of shit VFD off and put a different VFD on. So I put
Okay.
a 4 kilowatt VFD on because I had it. It doesn't run this lathe, so I just was like, yeah, I'll put it on there. Dude, I wish I had done that like 2 years ago. I've had that VFD kicking around for so long. The machine spins up in like 5 seconds to 2000 RPM and it
Yeah.
stops like it's supposed to. And it's just freaking
nice.
awesome. Yeah, so I was there on Sunday for only 2 hours this time, not a whole day. So we fitted that, got that working, checked that when it goes in reverse, it doesn't possess the drives. And yeah, that's all now fixed. The commissioner was saying he had to figure out how the homing switches work because there was a shaving on top of one, so it wouldn't home because they're inductive. So he figured that out without me. And he's like, I'm like, when are you going to run the thing without me? He's like, he's a bit scared. I'm like, dude, if you want to run it, just phone me. He like runs in the evenings and on the weekends. It's a side hustle. I'm like, dude, just phone me. I'll come and I'll stand and watch you crash the machine. Like, I don't mind. Until he builds confidence, I really don't mind getting in my truck and driving there. It's like freaking, it's all of 10-minute drive and I'm there and get him comfortable with running the machine. But we pulled the collar chuck off. Oh my word, it was grungy inside, full of 4 years worth of shavings. And then we pulled the hydraulic cylinder and draw tube out because he's going to put a 200 millimeter manual chuck on it for now. So we pulled that out.
Okay.
It's got a 67 millimeter through bore.
Oh, nice.
It's freaking huge.
That's that's big. Yeah, that's big for sure.
I need to get a cable for this thing. I stole the cable.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Oh, I have mine here. Here,
do the maths, Curt.
It beeped too. Ooh, it's beeping. Ooh, interesting.
It's beeping?
In my headphones, just turning on.
When you plugged in, okay.
Yeah. So
67
67
mil.
millimeter is two just over 2.5 inches.
Yeah, it's a freaking giant ball. Like that machine's a
Yeah.
tank. So yeah, he's putting it to, and I designed all the adapters because China refuses to send me an A2-5 adapter.
Is it because you're I don't know. Why
I
why
don't
won't
know.
they send it to you? Oh, they
So
just
I had one turned round. Then I'm like,
right.
okay, cool, fucking issue a refund. Ordered another one. A week and a half later, it got turned round as well. Issued a refund. Tried to order a third
Ooh.
one, and the seller emailed me or messaged me on AliExpress. It's like, hey, sorry, we're out of stock. Can you please cancel the order? I'm like, what the
Mm.
fuck? So I'm a little concerned about making one because of it's a dual contact taper. So it's the face, and it's
Okay.
also so the stupid plan I've come up with is to bore that taper, or bore it square. So we'll have a flat face, square bore at, I think, A2-6 is 106 point something millimeters in diameter, the bottom of the taper. We're going to go to 107, and we're just going to put an O-ring in the end. So when you put it on and you tighten it, the O-ring will compress it. It should get you pretty concentric, and then you can just tap it in as you tighten it. It'll be fine.
Sure. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
a few kilowatts going through it. It'll be okay. So yeah, we're making three of those now. One for Bertha, one for Spin Doctor, and one for Spinderella.
No, nice. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so Commissioner's actually going to turn them. The guy who bought Bertha on his manual lathe, he's going to blank them out for us. Then I'll bring them here, put them in soft jaws, and poke all the required holes in for all of us. And then we'll
Mhm.
put them in, and we'll indicate them, skim the OD, turn in the locating boss for the chucks. So it's all done in situ and will be as true as possible. The nice thing with
Right.
the A2 spindles is they've got a drive dog, so it can only go in one way. It's got a drive pin. So it'll
Oh,
only be
okay.
able to fit one way, so your concentricity should be better than if it could index. So yeah,
Right.
that is the plan for the coming weeks, to make all the adapters ever.
Huh. I
Yeah.
mean, bummer that you have to, but at least you have a way around it still.
Well, it's always going to be a little bit cheaper as well, surprisingly. We're going to make them out of
Yeah.
EN19 condition T, like decent steel. So nice and hard. But yeah, that's commercial will do the turning, then I'll do the milling, and then we'll do the final turning on the machines that they're going on. Because yeah, he
Are
wants to put
you are
a
you
yeah.
so are you going to harden them, or are you just running them just
Nah,
as hard they
just
are?
as hard as they are.
Okay.
It's a decent quality
Yeah.
steel. Like I'm not too phased that it's going to wear out. There's fuck all touching it.
Yeah. That's
And
true.
if it
Yeah.
does
That's true.
wear out, you just make another one.
Yeah. That's the
Like
advantage of that for sure. Yeah.
yeah, like the material is probably going to be $15-$20 each. It's not a huge amount of material. And then yeah, blanking them out's like half an hour's worth of work. And milling them is another half an hour. You just make another one. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sick.
Ooh. Okay. We'll come back to your last topic. Let's first talk about the mulligans
Okay.
on your
Oh yeah.
orders.
Yeah. So, like I said last week, I had a password leak. A bunch of people got things. So I sent out an email to basically everybody that got a password. I sent another email and be like, hey, if you got cart sniped, I'm like that shouldn't happen on a lottery. Kind of defeats the purpose of a lottery when you can't buy. So I sent out an email saying like anybody that wants, just shoot me back. So like I got a gang of emails now. So unfortunately, I think like the next batch is basically sold, which is lovely for me. So yeah, it was good. It was good to get everybody because a ton of people didn't actually message me. And then when I sent them an email, they're like, "Hey," they're like, "Yeah, I thought that was weird." So they're like, "Thanks for sending that." So I was like, "Okay, cool. I feel better." Like I feel the whole customer service aspect feels
Yeah.
better as opposed to someone just being like, "Well, I guess I don't know, whatever." Like just kind of losing faith in it. So that felt nice.
Yeah.
But I've basically just gave myself a lot more work now. So that's not a problem. Not never a problem. I
Yeah.
can't
Well,
bitch
you were
about
trying
it.
to
So
knock down your lotto list though, so that's the only issue
yeah, it's
there.
kind of stagnant. I can
Yeah.
also cross check all the people that like kind of wrongfully purchased. I can cross
Yes.
check their emails and plug it into the list and kill them off the list. So it kind of like people were like, "Oh, that isn't fair." I'm like, "Well, technically those people were on the list, most of them, and
Yeah.
now they're just getting removed off the list kind of. So it's like not removed, but like selected as purchase. So it works out. It's just not ideal,
Yeah.
but
Just not ideal. Yeah.
yeah, best I can do in this situation. So until
Yeah.
I
No,
find a
exactly.
simpler, better option,
Yeah.
bigger
That's yeah, a bit of
bigger
a
production.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, but also limited manpower.
Limited manpower, but yeah, like I don't know. Just I some who sent me that? I still have a fusion model of like a nice like because I do so much like polishing of parts. Someone sent
Yeah.
me a fusion model of that they're working on like a centerless grinder
Ooh,
to do centerless grinding. So yeah, I was like, or centerless sanding, if you want
polishing,
to think
yeah.
of it that way. Yeah, so I was like, ooh, so I still gotta open that and look at it. I haven't even looked at it, and so I appreciate you. Yeah, I think you're a listener to the podcast. I appreciate you sending it to me. I'm sorry I haven't
Looked at it
spent
yet.
time looking at it. Yeah,
Yeah, I've actually,
sure.
so speaking of polishing things, I've got what are they called now? The Dutchman squeeze boxes.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, those guys coming past this weekend. They want me to make some aluminium buttons for them. They want to make 1,000 buttons. So they're coming past, and I'm
Ooh.
gonna see what I can do for them. That might require some polishing and stuff.
Mm.
But I think if I tumble them through all the different medias, I can get a pretty good finish that'll polish up pretty quickly for them. So
Mm. Yeah,
should be somewhat interesting. But yeah, hand finishing you.
it was fabtastic. Fabtastic sent it to me. So
Okay,
thank you very
you
much, fine sir. I think I've imported it into Fusion and just haven't even given it the time
send
of
me
the
a
day.
copy
But
of that, please.
absolutely, yeah. He sent it
Because
to
if
me
it's
in
not,
May, so
oh jeez,
it's
okay.
been a spell.
If it's not like I'm assuming, well, yeah, send it to me. Let me have a look at it. It might be something that I can knock out for you quickly if you want.
I think it's just basically the concept. I don't think it's like an actual.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what? While we're chatting, I can
Yeah, wait,
open up
hang on. What we do is we do this, which is going to mess
on
with that,
the
which is
podcast. Googling on the
great.
podcast.
Did you listen to the new with Intolerance with
Uh,
Devin Bedoni?
yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm
I'm like
pretty
90% of the way
okay.
through.
I'm pretty sure it was that podcast where they referenced you, where you tend to work for 3 weeks of the month and then prototype for the other. It was either
Oh
that or
yeah.
some other podcast. Someone referenced you and your Within
Oh
Tolerance
cool.
episode, but I can't remember where it was
Ooh.
because I've been
Oh, I
listening to
feel
a
special.
shitload of podcasts.
Oh, right on.
Yeah. Speaking of awesome podcasts, while you open your Google,
Hmm.
there's a new podcast out by Nathan Fillion and Alec Turin from Firefly
Okay.
called Once We Were Spacemen.
Oh.
Dude,
Oh, I
I
didn't know it was
was
from
in
Firefly.
dude,
Oh,
I was in stitches today listening to the first episode.
oh
It's basically
really?
them, yeah. Like it's just them talking about like the TV and movie industry and whatnot, and having
Hmm.
it's going to be good. Like it's going to be really good. Like this
I
episode, they were
love.
just talking about like how they met and whatnot. Dude, worth a listen. I was in stitches laughing at these two because I enjoy
Oh, I.
both of those actors. So yeah, really, really
Oh
good. And they're
yeah.
going to have a bunch of people on that, other actors and things that have like mostly sci-fi related.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I figured you might enjoy that. It's
Oh,
called Once
I
We Were
love the Firefly
Spacemen.
series. Yeah.
Oh, dude, Firefly's great. Like that's where they actually became friends. They had
Oh,
met before
okay.
that, and the story of that is freaking hilarious. Um, so yeah, the episode's really good, very well produced as well.
Nice. Okay. Sorry. I finally opened the centerless grinder dealio here. I will send it to you. I will link the
Okay,
fusion
cool.
link to you, Mr. Jamie. I'm not going to put it in the show notes. I don't know if Mr.
Yeah, no,
Fantastic
that's
is
fine.
cool with me sharing it to the world, but I'm going to share it to Jamie. So if you're mad about that, Mr. Fantastic, I'm terribly sorry.
No problem. Sent
But
it
yeah,
if I lost.
and yeah, if you're cool with sharing with the world, let me know and I'll put it in next week's show notes. That's a
Um,
cool looking little design. So, anyways,
so I was googling how to make lathe chuck adapters.
okay, because that's what you're obviously doing nowadays. Yeah.
Yes, and guess what video came up?
Uh
Yes,
oh.
part 4 or 5 of Kurt's concrete lathe.
Oh,
So I
don't
ended
listen to
up,
that guy. He doesn't know shit about that.
dude. Yeah, it's really entertaining listening to, even like listening to myself from back then. Like if I go look at
Mhm.
some of the flight test videos and things I did back then, it's like wow. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
been very entertaining to watch.
Oh, thanks,
Like
man. Yeah, I
making a
think
tool post, it's like I don't want to shim it, so I'm trying to get it perfect. I had to shim it, and I'm like that fucking brilliant. But yeah,
yeah,
that
like
machine was a big chunk of concrete.
it was a big chunk of concrete. It taught me a lot, and it was actually
Well, that's it.
decent. But yeah, it was so I had a secondary design. I think I actually uploaded the finalized design to Instructables, where I
Oh,
had
nice.
like I was gonna make like my own linear guides for the
Okay.
rails essentially, and to make it work better. And like I had them all machined out of aluminum, and like yeah, it would have still been chattery as hell, but
Yeah.
it
It's
was
never
fun.
going to be as rigid as a proper machine. But yeah, that was
No,
back in our youth.
back in our youth.
Yeah. When,
Doesn't even feel
dude,
long ago. It feels like
uh,
last week.
that is the freaking thing. Well, I realized last week, I don't think I mentioned on the podcast, but I have worked for myself longer than I had a job.
Oh, cool.
Because
That's
I had a
cool.
job for a year at one place and just shy of 6 years at another place. And we just rolled into year 7 of me being full time JSpec.
Oh, that's cool. That's
Yeah. And
cool,
I was
man.
like, that's freaking cool. Like, I've literally been
Yeah.
self slash unemployed for as long as I have ever had a job. Yeah, kind of weird.
So it's working. You haven't died yet. Like you're making it
Yes,
work, which
making
is a
it
cool
work.
feeling. Yeah.
Stressful as fuck, but making it work.
Stressful as fuck, but at least it's it's I don't
Yeah,
know. We only get so much
my
on this
own
freaking
stress.
world. Like, yeah, play your own games.
Yeah,
Do what you want,
exactly.
folks. You're gonna die
That's
soon.
that's it. Like, yeah, exactly. Flip. So yeah, the Tufnell order's back.
Oh yeah, the stinky
They,
Tufnell.
they paid the deposit today. Yay, I get to ruin my coolants again. So yeah, that's got to be out by the end of the month. 4 sets, but I need to phone Roger tomorrow, who doesn't listen to our podcast anymore because he doesn't listen to podcasts anymore because he's busy. Because there's been design changes to one of the parts. So I want to get everything else done and then that one lost. And I might just throw it at Toolpath and see what happens. Because speaking of those guys, it's full of magic. Once you dial it in, it's full of magic.
Yeah, yeah.
I threw a part at it.
Hmm.
So my workflow tends to be I will do these setups with the material that I have, like so I can define the material size. No toolpath, just off to toolpath, off back, exactly how I would have machined it.
Oh, that's cool. That's
And
cool.
then I went to the estimates tab. And obviously I've configured my estimates to be correct material price, correct shop rate, all that stuff. Spat out the exact figure I was looking for.
Really? That's
Exactly where I
cool.
was going to quote the job. So yeah, very, very happy with that. I'm going to be throwing more stuff at it. There's a community call with them every Thursday. So
Mhm.
I'm going to hop on that this week and be like, hey guys, this shit ain't fucked. Um, and yeah, so I did get screwed around by a little bit. I actually chatted to Justin about this,
Yeah,
where
yeah.
I was doing a mag base, sent it to Toolpath, brought it back, machined one. Oh, need to adjust the size. Adjusted the size, regenerated toolpaths, sent it to the machine. The size hasn't adjusted. What the hell? Maybe I didn't post it. Post it again. Machine a third one. Still the exact same size. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Then I go look at the toolpath and the way it's done, yeah, the way it constrains its toolpaths is really clever and really dumb and really clever. So more clever than dumb, but it's in. So the model goes to toolpath. Toolpath generates sketches off the model and constrains the toolpaths with sketches. So if you
Okay.
go and you tweak something, you need to delete the toolpaths, send it back to toolpath, and bring it back down so that it can generate
Oh,
new geometry. Yeah,
I see. Yeah,
took
yeah, yeah,
me
yeah.
took me 4 attempts to figure that out. But like I was trying to suggest, it's like, yeah, it's a bit of a weird one to change your workflow to just delete and regenerate. But I'm like, okay, no, fair enough. I understand why it happened, and I'm fine with why it happened. I just gone and
Yeah.
tweaked a bunch of shit in there because I was in a rush. So yeah, it was interesting. But yeah, getting
That's
more and
cool.
more into that workflow and yeah, working very hard to justify toolpath
Yeah, that's
because
cool.
it's not at our shop rate here, it's a fucking difficult one to justify. But I'm working on
Sure.
justifying it.
Sh-
Like,
Sure, sure.
yeah, the one of the yeah, chatting to Ben about it, and you're saying you're one of the customers. So you're telling me this only has to save me 11 hours a year to justify it, and I'm like, yeah, that's closer to 60 for me with our
Right.
current shop
Yeah.
rate. It has to save me 60 hours a year for it to be worthwhile. But I'm pretty sure it's going to do that.
Well, I mean, honestly, with that slogan, you could probably sell that slogan to Toolpath that you just came up with. Toolpath, this shit isn't fucked. I'm sure they could use that. That's
I
probably
know,
worth
don't worry.
something to them.
Don't worry. I said that in the meeting with because the community meeting's got all the like L's in there, a bunch of the guys are in there, and I'm like, don't
Right.
worry, I've got some parts that I'm planning next week. I was like, why are you doing the evil hands? I'm like, don't worry, you'll find out because I'm not going to just give it easy parts. I'm going to give it the dumbest shit I can think of and see what it does. And I don't expect it to get it right first time. And when it does, awesome. But yeah, there's been quite a lot of dialing in the tool libraries and the presets and all that stuff to get it to do what I want it to do. But it's getting closer every week. And I've been with them for just over a month now. And the software has changed significantly in that month.
That's good. They're iterating on it hard.
UI's upgraded. There's better cut configs. No, dude, it's really sweet. Like, I can't say enough good things about them. I don't want to sound like an ad, but dude, like for your case, you program a thing once a year, but for job shopping type stuff, it makes sense.
Absolutely, yeah. You know, dude, I'm gonna get you a neon sign. Like you said, it's rather expensive for in your neck of the woods. We'll get you a big neon sign that you can put behind the podcast that just says like "Buy Toolpath now," and it'll go, zzz, 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 and we'll have it on every show, and we'll spend like 45 minutes every show just slinging it until. Yeah,
sponsor it. I like this plan.
No, that's cool. I like talking about things that are legitimately cool in the industry and that like legitimately work. And
so, like, since I heard about Tool, I'm like, okay, cool. Like, even at IMTS, I'm like, cool. I don't think it's for me. I don't quote enough parts to justify it. And at that time, it was just a quoting software. It's since IMTS that they've rolled out the actual CAD CAM side of it, or the CAM side. Dude, for me, it takes the mental inertia out of making a part. Because to have a model and to have a model to machined, that's the bit. The model to machined is what kills me. It's not because it takes long. It's not because it's difficult. It's because in my mind, it's a huge task. Now it's just toolpath, bring back, send it. And it cuts that out for me. So I like it.
Well, that's the way. Like, think 10, 20 years in the future, like one of those services, toolpath kind of like services, is going to take.
100%.
Like, because why are we doing this? Robots could do so much better. Like, exactly. For sure.
Like one of the guys on the community thing was like, it goes like he's forcing it to do 5-axis, which it doesn't really want to do. But like to program a good 5-axis toolpath, let's say it's 100, like on a part, it's 150 clicks. Toolpath's making it that it's only 60 clicks for him.
Totally.
And that's it.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to get me 100% there. If it can get me 90% there, I'm happy. Like, I don't need it to do everything. I just want to get the stupid shit done.
Yeah, that's why I don't program on the machine anymore. That's why I program through a CAM kernel, because it does the stupid part. But I guarantee you, rewind 50 years, or maybe not 50 or 30 years, people would be like, "You can never get a clean toolpath as you can drawing it on the control." It's like, yeah, you probably can't, but I can also do 100 times what you can do, and it's like that's all I want.
By the time you've tapped it into your controller, I've already run 4 parts.
Like, absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, no, the amount of that shit that still goes on is kind of insane.
Yeah. I'm waiting for like toolpath or whatever service to get to the point where like I can feed it like my toolpaths, be like, these are the decorative toolpaths I use. Like, I need this. I want these cusp heights. I want this. And then let me save those as kind of presets of like, this is my finishing surface. This is what I want it to look like. I don't want it to be geometrically accurate. I want it to look like this. And then like, that's not far off.
You can literally do that now.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yes. Okay. It requires setting up different cut configs, but it can be done. Like, the whole thing with toolpath is get rid of your Fusion library. Like, their cut config is better than the Fusion library, and it exports the tools back to Fusion. So, because Fusion makes a duplicate of your tool in for every file, just have it properly set up in toolpath, and it'll send it back over. So, like, I've still got my libraries in Fusion. But then I've got a toolpath library that only has basically my core tools in it, so that it doesn't try and surface with some tool that doesn't live in my machine.
Right. Yeah.
I needed to program an adapter for last week for the friggin' the Blisk. I needed to make the fixture, and I pushed it to toolpath, and then it wouldn't import because Fusion was dumbing. So I ended up programming it manually. And then I got on a service call that evening, got it sorted. When I pulled it in, guess what? It did exactly what I did. The only thing it didn't do was the thing I forbid it from doing, because it did it to me once. It surfaced with my roughing anvil. Because it has a corner radius. It sees it was allowed, so I disallowed it. But that was the only thing it did differently. Everything else was literally the same toolpath that I'd programmed. So yeah, it's good once you've got your cut configs done. So yeah. sort your cut configs out, and then it just freaking works. Turns out it also won't chamfer if you don't have a chamfer mill. I've always just set up my chamfer mills as NC spotting drills, and then I just chamfer with them. And it needs a chamfer mill configured. And once that's done, they've now, this week, they pushed out the chamfering, effectively the same as Fusion. What's effectively known as the magic chamfer tool, where it will auto-detect there's an intersection. So now it tells you there's a deviation from your model, because you can chamfer to a corner in Fusion. So there's a deviation, it handles it all now. Like, and every week there's more stuff that they're pushing out. It's quite, it's sick. Anyway, enough advertising for Toolpath.
As they pull their end mills out of our
We're
mouths.
going to do my last one, and then we're going to do your awesome topic, and then we actually have questions from last week still. So this one might go a bit long. The anodizers didn't scrap my parts.
Yay! What did you send them?
Magnetic holsters. So I wanted them matte black. And dude, the ano is so good. It's almost like they know I'm a picky dickhead. Last time they did them, there were runs. I ended up coloring in some with a Sharpie. These ones are all perfect so far. So I need to just tap and assemble those and then get them off to the customer. So they've got to be lasered, tapped, assembled, and then they can go out. But they didn't fuck it up. I'm quite impressed.
Oh, that's exciting. That's exciting.
The magazine gauges I'm making are going to them for anodize as well, because I don't feel like anodizing them. So they'll go there for like a matte, or I don't know, it depends how good they look. They might just go for a straight up electro-polished blue, and then we'll laser engraven them afterwards. But I'm making holsters for the competition shooting, or not holsters, gauges for the competition shooting guys, because your magazine length is limited, your mag well width is limited, and the gun has to be 2 inches off the body. So it's a gauge that does all these things.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, cool. Dumb stuff, but I like dumb stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
cool, man.
Tell me about your nightmare for next year's release.
Oh, okay. Well, that's going to be it. Yeah, because I'm running out of serial numbers, so I decided this weekend I better finish the CAD model for my click pen, which is really cool. And if I had my screen sharing set up properly, I would flip to my Fusion tab, but I don't right now. It's I think it's going to work. Like on the CAD model, everything looks like it should work just fine. But the clip is going to be a fucking nightmare to machine. It basically is the same as like Grimsmo's kind of clip, if you want to think of it that way. So it's like my standard pocket clip that just whatever looks like this. But instead of bolt, I can't put a bolt through there because there's mechanisms in here. So the only way I can do it is to have this part be integral with like a ring around it. So almost exactly like how Grimsmo is doing it. So you have a basically a billet pocket clip with a ring. And it's going to be cut from round bar because basically it's going to be cut from round bar because round bar is so much cheaper than flat bar. And then I can just minimize the amount of things I have to order. But to like hold, I think I can I'm going to have to do it in the mill, obviously. I don't want to do it in the fourth because I want to be able to like batch a bunch of them. Yeah, like I could put them in the fourth for sure and machine it in one setup, but it's like then I can only do one at a time. And like it's not a long enough cycle where it's like, I mean, maybe it will be if I put enough cycles. I'm curious to hear them. But yeah, I think I can put them on like basically like the first op is easy. It's just going to do the tops. And then I think I'm going to lay them down with like basically blocks, kind of like 5C call-it blocks almost, where you can lay a bunch of them and then you can index them to get to the other sides.
I have a plan to not.
I think that's what I'm going to do. I don't know exactly how I'm going to machine it yet. I still kind of have to start drawing up the cam and just seeing how I can access it. Because I've made every side a fucking curve. There's like
that seems
nothing
out of character.
Like everything has a radius on it. All the flat spots are now gone. I want to make it look more modern and I want to make it look like it wasn't machined, which is always the hardest things to machine, to make something look not machined, and like organic curves. So it's like, okay, everything is surfaced, every side is surfaced. So yeah, it's going to be, and then of course, like the round part, I want it smooth. I don't want it faceted. So I might turn that part. I don't even know what I'm going to do yet. So
I have a stupid plan, Curt.
Which is stupid plan? I'm curious.
Okay. So yeah, my thought is you turn the OD.
Right.
You turn your ID where it's going to interface with the pen.
Yeah.
So yeah, you turn that section, and if you can, you bore the whole fucking thing out, or most of it out. Then you put it onto a expanding mandrel.
Yeah.
With the bottom of where the pocket clip actually will be on the bottom, resting against a matched surface.
Right.
And you come in from above and you fucking surface everything. Machine it all away.
Okay.
And then you can 3D surface the backside of the clip because it's facing the
Mm-hmm.
sky. Do all your
Mm-hmm.
shit in there. You've got a beautiful turned OD, so it's all smooth on the outside, and then you can do it in one op.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously, if you want to engrave around it or whatever, you could put it in the fourth because that's a quick operation.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
could
I
be
gotta wrap
that
my
could
head.
be an interesting workflow to attempt.
Yeah, I think I'll drop some things and I'm probably actually gonna pick your brain on it because it's always curious to hear someone else who programs a lot
Well,
more fucking parts than I do to
well,
be
it's
like,
also
oh,
the
don't do it
case
that way.
of you ask 10 machinists how to do something, you'll get 11 answers. Like,
Oh, 100%. 100%.
just
Yeah.
thinking, like,
It's like,
so
why are you
in
doing
my
it?
mind, how can I do this with the least number of setups? But then you say, okay, you want it surfaced everywhere. So then my thought was, I was going to say mount it sideways and just use the side of the end mill to do the inside of the clip. But you want it all surfaced. So then rotate it down
Yeah.
90 and a little bit
Well,
of
then
shenanigans, you could make that work.
I also want like I'm starting to realize why Grimsmo does things the way he does because I want like there's certain places where I want the tool paths to be visible, but I also
Yes.
want the visible tool paths to basically not they don't have to line up, but like there's going to be defined spots where they change because that's the
Yes.
orientation change in the machine. But you can hide the basically orientation change instead of trying to like pretend you were trying to make like a 4-axis surface or 5-axis
Yeah.
surface part with like a groove all around it. It'd be a nightmare because like trying to get a line to work in multiple setups
Yes.
is hard. But if you deliberately make like cuts or like, geometric feature changes, you can hide that
Yes.
really easily.
Well, yes,
So,
I know all about this. That's why the top of the anchor point is crosshatched, so that I don't
to-
have to make
right.
a smooth surface. Like,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Exactly. Exactly.
yeah, designed
And it
for
looks,
manufacturing. Like, it's
and you look at
purposeful.
it and you're like, yeah, and it's beautiful. And the regular customer wouldn't realize that until you're like, if you look at it with an objective eye, you're like, oh, you did that to hide this. And they're like, oh, smart little
Yeah,
cookie. Yeah.
no, that's the saying. Like, there's a million ways to solve a problem. So, yeah,
Yeah.
when you're ready, we'll have a chat about that because I think you could do it in a lathe op and a mill op, and then some decorative shit on the fourth maybe. If you want to like
Yeah.
wrap text or something, you do that last because then it's a short operation. It's not roughing everything away.
I will set my screen share up so that in the after show I can briefly show you and you can
Okay,
chastise me.
cool.
This
No,
will be
that's fine.
perfect.
I don't know if you saw that. I'll put something in the after show notes that we can discuss if you're keen.
Ooh,
Yeah,
of
because I'm
course, of
curious.
course.
I'm curious why, but
Oh,
yeah, we'll discuss that in the after show if you want to
nice, nice,
share it.
nice.
Yes.
Yeah, of course,
Um,
anytime.
okay, cool. So, yeah, dude, I'm keen to see this click mechanism. I guess that's one of the
Me
perks of
too.
being a patron. You get to see it, maybe, or just
Ooh,
the
yeah, of
clip.
course. Why
One
not?
of the two.
I'll share whatever I want. I don't care. Go ahead. You
Just
want to do
promo.
someone want to do it better and cheaper than me? I'll buy them from you. Like, I don't care. I'll show
So
whatever I'm doing.
last week we did a Q&A, or I did a Q&A on Instagram, and we had some questions come in after we recorded. So,
Yay.
well, just trying to figure out how to read this name. So, Dave Kerr Trails says, do you use toolwear monitoring in your CNC milling machine? Does your controller support toolwear tracking? I know I can measure tool diameter. I don't use it. I know I can measure it,
Mhm.
and I'm pretty sure there's a cycle to check if it's within a tolerance.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think either of us really use it.
I don't think for me, I don't think the accuracy of checking
No,
where in the with the check is
no,
just good. I mean, maybe
it's
if
not
it
going
was
to be
like a
good enough.
bloom or
I
something, yeah,
know.
maybe I would
I've
trust it.
tried.
Yeah. So
So,
yeah,
okay, no.
I
Speaking of
I do.
milling things this week, I milled a shit ton of steel. And I've had
Ooh.
endless shit with these end mills where my little cheat sheet says I need to run them way too fast. So I ended up just messing
Oh.
with the overrides, went from running them at 6,900 down to 4,200 for this batch. And then even still, it wasn't happy. Dropped it to 1,700 RPM. Same
Mhm.
feed. I actually pushed the feed per tooth up from point oh 0.04 to point oh 0.06 and pushed my step over bigger. And the machine sits at like 40% spindle load and it just nice and, well,
Happy.
relatively
Yeah.
quiet till the end mill starts dying. I was actually doing tool break detect on a 10 millimeter end mill because I snapped the
Mm.
first one. Because that's the
Ooh.
problem is it was a roughing end mill. It was rough to begin with. But yeah, hogged a whole shitload of steel. And yeah, faster is not always better, is the gist of that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Like I just let it shoot. It actually was a shorter cycle time. because I was taking a bigger
Mhm.
step over, but I was running too fast and the end mill was bouncing. It wasn't actually cutting nicely. So yeah, bigger cutters can be better. Um,
Mhm.
then Wes. Um, so, another great episode. Always interesting content being discussed. I have a question. What are you guys using for fourth axis programming? Do you use Fusion add-ons? I make different programs because I don't actually have a fourth axis. I have indexing units, so I'm a bit of a savage. I'll just make different setups, different orientations, and then loop the button when I need to.
Yeah.
Kurt's
I
more
do
fancy.
the if I can get away with like the built-ins, of course I'll use them, but there's a lot of like there's a ton that don't. So I right now I'm not doing enough fourth axis programming to justify buying the add-on because like I said, I program quarterly. So I'll
Yeah,
program 3 or 4 times a year and just run
yeah.
production. But I do like there's Fusion has flex credits. So you can buy like the only problem is they expire in a year, which is fine. It's still fine. So I think you can buy $500 of credits. And then you can just use them for like a 24-hour period. So I think it costs you like 20 or $40 a day to have the manufacturing add-on, and then you can just like so you can have all your stuff ready to post, and then just post everything during the day. So if it's something like me where you're doing like minimal amounts of programming, a lot of production, that's what I would use. And then you can access all the fourth axis toolpaths,
Um,
and then they go away. And then when you need them again, you just spend more credits on them. So I don't know. That's the way I would
on
do it.
that note, protect your toolpath, and then you don't have to regenerate it. Because I used 3D Debug on these mag holsters like 2 years ago. I used my free trial, and when I
Mm-hmm.
opened the file again, I quickly protected the toolpath, and I ran it again, posted fresh code. Didn't have to regenerate
Oh,
the
okay.
toolpath, so it didn't have an issue.
Oh yeah. Like, see, I usually save the NC files and like
Yeah.
piecemeal them together because I'm just doing so many weird things, but which is dangerous as hell. But
You mean
yeah,
exciting?
exciting. Yeah, yeah. I run it slow the first time. Whatever. Does it once, it'll do it 1,000 times.
That's
Um,
exactly it. If it didn't crash the first time, it isn't going to crash the second time.
yeah, I wish Fusion would strip the fourth axis out of the manufacturing extension because there's so much in the manufacturing extension that I don't
Yeah.
need. I just need the fourth axis. But I mean, it's also only like $2,000 a year, so it's not heinous. And if I was
Yeah.
using it more than 2 or 3 times a year, I would just buy it.
Yeah. If you're doing constant fourth axis work, sure. If you've got a five axis, you pay for it because otherwise you're just
Absolutely. Yeah.
cocking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
kind of necessary. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, on that, what is in your Google box, Kurt?
Oh, let's take a gander. Or
Did
you can
you
lead if
not
you
prep
have yours.
it?
Oh no, mine's I'm ready. I'm ready. I have it all. I have it all.
Okay,
uh,
I'll run through it first quickly because mine's all in the
shoot.
document. Yeah, I've been
Yeah, you're
Googling
special.
A2-5 adapters, uh, tracking my VFD and the anchor point that'll be delivered today, looking up PWM to analog dinguses because the one I have died. And once we were spacemen, there will be a link for that because that's a freaking awesome podcast.
I'm pumped. Check that one
Yeah,
out.
dude, you're going to enjoy it.
Sick. I'm pumped. I've been googling like a little bit of that silly RevoScan thing because it's coming. It'll be here on Wednesday. So
Nice.
I'm excited to try that. That might end up scanning my lathe because I still kind of want to see the lathe, and that would be a really good use to have a nice accurate model of my entire lathe. And I won't have to measure it, so might be a cool use for that. Clear ABS because you told me it exists, and it does exist, which is super cool. Um, local AI because I talked about that last week of how I want to run
Yes.
local AI for a bunch of baloney stuff. So I came across something called literally localai.io, and it's free open AI. So I don't know. I don't know anything about it yet. I'm just kind of exploring it. I do like that it's open source. So yeah, I'm gonna definitely run a local and use it as my friend to help me here
Yeah,
with
the
some
clip from
boring
last
ass
week
stuff.
made you sound like a bit of a psychopath. It was great.
I don't. I think I saw it. Danica prepped it, and I was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
sent
don't.
them to you on. I sent them to you on WhatsApp.
I know, and I should have posted it, but I'm a bad
That's just.
podcast promoter. Yeah.
Yeah, I posted. I didn't post your one, the one with you. I posted the one with me because the one with you sounded a bit psychopathy. I don't want to
Yeah, yours sounded.
palm off your customer relations to an AR.
Yours sounded good. Yours was good clickbait because it was like I flooded the world, and it's like
Oh
holy
yeah,
shit, what's going on? Yeah. So, but
yeah.
no,
No,
I was
we now turns out when Danica's doing other people's podcasts, ours gets better. It's kind of cool.
yeah, no kidding. Yeah, she's doing a fantastic
Yeah,
job for not someone who's in getting paid.
yeah. No,
Great
it's
work.
freaking great.
Or maybe you're paying her. I don't know how
Nope.
you pay each other, but
Well, I'm not paying her with money.
oh, I don't know what
Class
that
for
means, but
days on
whatever.
this podcast. Oh,
Anyway,
jeez.
that's what I got going on here, and then a bunch of boring shipping stuff that I won't even post because it pertains to nobody. But oh, I was looking at self-centering vices because Jamie makes
Mm,
an anchor point, and I want to populate my machine with it because every day I hate myself a little bit more and more of having to swap out soft jaws and whatnot. So I was
nice.
looking at getting the little
Which
self-centerings
ones?
and
From
oh,
where?
like the dirt cheap like
I'll send you a link.
AliExpress ones
Yeah,
just
I'll
to
send you a
piss around
link
with
to
them.
the ones that I use that I really like for op ones. Wouldn't trust them for op
Yeah,
twos, but for op ones they're
no,
great. I'll send you a link to those. They are I feel a little bit better than the Zendai ones because they're not.
yeah,
Yeah, we'll discuss it. We will discuss it in the after show because why
ooh,
not? Self
yeah.
centering. I think I should
That's
get
all I need
a
them for is
louder
just
keyboard.
up one. Totally, yeah.
Yeah, but these cherry blues are not quite loud enough. I had
I think
cherry
that's what I'm
blacks, and
rocking.
then I poured a brandy and coke into them by accident. And
Oh, bummer.
yeah, luckily the keyboards are still on special. Anyway, where can people find you and your stuff?
Confoundedmachine.com, and it links to this podcast where you can buy shirts like the one that me and Jamie we're both
Like,
wearing gray sweaters and the same inside shirts. Look like psychopaths.
I don't know, mine's got holes in it. My mother-in-law
Oh,
was
mine
poking
doesn't.
the holes
Ooh.
today. Like I was like, I'm gonna have to walk funny now. You just poked my holes. She's like, no, no. She's like, yeah, because it's got like 4 or 5 holes in the front of it from grinding and welding. Because this is one of my older shirts. Yeah, my shirts live a tough life.
No
Um,
kidding. How
yeah,
about you? Where can people find
yeah.
your wares?
You can find the ongoing shenanigans at jspec underscore engineering on Instagram or jspeceng.com, where you can find the shirts, the anchor points, the flux. I'm probably going to do another batch of those at some point, mostly because I like playing with anodizing. But yeah, you
Yeah.
can find us there and the lonemachinists.com for the podcast website where there's some bonus content and a companion guide for all the fun words I use. It occurred to me on Friday night that I was using some language during the Discord hangout on the Taps and Patience Discord, and yeah, people didn't understand that. So we'll discuss that in the after show as well for our Patreons. Like on full bait mode tonight. What are you up
No
to today
kidding.
/ tomorrow? Well, today for you, tomorrow for me. What are you up to today,
Today for
Kurt?
me, I have to finish some custom orders from this last run of pens, some anodizing and whatnot. Ship those orders out, and that's about it. And then basically start. I actually might start run the lathe, run screws. Yeah, production as usual. How about you?
Nice. Gonna sit and wait for a VFD. Busy finishing up a bunch of pieces for the re-rollers I built. So tomorrow morning I need to quickly go get degreasers so that I can clean the parts and paint them. And they can bake in the
Mm-hmm.
oven for the day and I can assemble. And
Mm.
then I need to move shit so I can get to my anodizing setup because since we rearranged the workshop like 2 weeks ago, there's been a tumbler in my anodizing setup. So that's on the list of things that needs to be rearranged because I need to tumble parts now that I'm machining
Mm.
today. So yeah, going to be rearranging the workshop a little bit and running bits and bobs, trying to keep the machines busy while I wait for material and other stuff. But yeah,
Exciting.
that is the plan. Yeah. Anyway, thank you everybody for
Cool.
listening. We will see you next. Well, we'll see the Patreons up shortly, and everyone else. We'll see you next week. Have a good one, and yeah, thank you for listening.
Take care, all.